Hello and welcome to the Biotech Talk. I want to thank you for joining me in this episode where we're going to discuss briefly the history behind biotechnology. But before we do, I want to thank you for subscribing for those that have subscribed. If you are yet to subscribe, I ask you to please do so, and I ask you to also click the notification button so that you can get notified every time I post a new video. And also, I ask you, if you like this video, if you like this channel, please click the like button and also share with your wider network so we can build this community together, as I mentioned in my introduction. This channel is not only good for people that are interested in joining the industry or that are in the industry already, but it is good for the greater community because as we are going to learn, this industry impacts everyone else's life. And with that being said, let's go into the history behind biotechnology. Biotechnology will come to know that it all started to be put into play years ago by our ancestors and our grandpas and our grandmas. It is the technology that is used in the fermentation industry, in the fermentation process. The fermentation actually is termed classical biotechnology. So anytime that you are fermenting something, anytime that you are making bread, you are using biotechnology. Anytime you are brewing beer, you are making wine, anytime you are making cheese, if you make cheese, you are using biotechnology. So this process started way back. It was just not termed biotechnology until the year 1919 when a Hungarian engineer named Carl Erecki coined the term biotechnology. And when he did so, he gave it such a simple definition, which I actually like, because simply put, what Carl Erecki said is biotechnology is the science and methods that are employed in using materials with the aid of living organisms to produce a product. Again, biotechnology is the science and the methods of using a raw material with the aid of a living organism to produce a product, whether it be a drug that is injected into somebody for whatever condition that they have, for example, a flu shot, or if you are making cheese to use in your sandwich. These both acts use the process, it use science, and they use a particular method using given raw material with the aid of living organisms to produce that end product. So the word biotechnology comes from Greek. 3 Greek words make up biotechnology. The first Greek word is bios, which means life. The second word is technos, which means technology. And the third word is logos, which means language. So simply put, biotechnology is the use of a given language leveraging technology to produce a product that is going to enhance life in one way or the other. That is the whole definition. That is the whole process, simply put. I mean, it's a little bit complicated than that when you go into the actual manufacturing, especially when you're talking about a drug product or a drug substance that's going to be later converted into a drug product. But in a layman's term, biotechnology is just using science and methods with raw materials with the aid of living organisms to produce a product. So, how many different biotechnologies are out there in the field? So far, we have 10 of them. And interestingly, they are categorized using colors. I don't know how all these came to be, but biotechnology are categorized using colors, and we're going to see that. The first one is red. is called the red biotechnology. The red biotechnology is what actually we are going to focus moving on from now on. We are going to focus on the red biotechnology as we move on this channel. And we are going to discuss that. This is the biotechnology that has to do with diagnostics. It has to do with health, and it has to do with, medicine and, the whole health industry. That is the red biotechnology. We have the green biotechnology. The green biotechnology has to do with agriculture and environment. So when we're talking about genetic modification of our plants or of our, vegetation, or if we're talking about, pollution and, environmental protection, that is all green biotechnology. We also have the purple biotechnology. This has to do with patents and publications. When you invent a product and you seek a patent, or when you publish a book, that is all governed under the purple biotechnology. We have the gold biotechnology, and that has to do with bioinformatics and nanobiotechnology. We have the gray biotechnology, and this is the classical biotechnology. This is where I was discussing earlier about fermentation. That is all the gray biotechnology. There's the blue biotechnology. That is the marine biotechnology. Anything to do with aquatic organisms, that is the blue biotechnology. We have the white biotechnology, and that has to do with the gene-based bioindustries, anything that is out there within the industry. That is the white biotechnology. We have the brown biotechnology. That is the biotechnology of the desert or the arid regions, where you may need to engineer a certain plant that can withstand dry places, that can use little water or little moisture, anything to do with the dry places. That is the brown biotechnology. We also have the yellow biotechnology. This is the food, the nutrition. It is somewhat related to the green biotechnology. And last but not least, we have the black or the dark biotechnology. That has to do with bioterrorism, anything to do with biocrimes. That is the black or the dark biotechnology. So those are the different types of biotechnology. And again, our focus now moving forward will be the red biotechnology, where we're going to discuss gene therapy, we're going to discuss vaccines, we're going to discuss stem cell therapy, anything that is within that realm, especially when it comes to genetic disorders and anything to do with the pandemics, like we've experienced with COVID. And somewhere down the line, I'm going to give you a little story about the pandemic and my experience in the manufacturing of vaccines during the pandemic season. But that's a story for another time. Just watch out for that episode. But simply put, that is the history behind biotechnology, and these are the different sectors of biotechnology, where they focus in different aspects of our society that affect us in one way or the other. So with that being said, I want to thank you again for joining me in this episode, and stay tuned, and we are going to move forward and start looking at the intricacies and the interesting bits and pieces within the red biotechnology. So again, thank you so much for watching this episode, and please subscribe, share, like, and let's join in together. And again, use the comment section to engage with me, ask any question, or add any any input that you may have. But again, with that, thank you so much, and I will see you next time. And this is the Biotech Talk. Goodbye.